This time in Street MBA, I have a very, very special person for you. A rebel of very early times, a rebel when Osho had started his journey, and she joined Osho in the year 1971. She has seen all the phases, the Indian story, the US story, and then back to India, Pune's story. But her rebel life didn't start when she joined Osho in 71. It started much earlier. She was part of Shanti Niketan. She grew up there, then went to Ahmedabad. Today we have Maa Aruna for you from the Osho Ashram. And we talked to her today about her experiences, her life, learnings for us, and let's take it forward. So welcome Ma for this event of ours.
Thank you so much.
So begin with, let me ask you that very early on, like you studied in Shanti Niketan. Now Shanti Niketan, I understand, does not have buildings and classrooms. And what was the experience then when you were studying in Shanti Niketan?
There is, again, I would say the same thing like what Osho's vision was, Rabindranath's vision was the same thing. That whatever you are interested, please put it out and then you follow that into your career, into your daily life, and your soul will be satisfied. If your soul is not satisfied, you cannot live like authenticity,
So the learning for us is that do what your heart says.
Yes.
Inherently.
Yes.
Your heart, your soul knows the best.
Yes.
Don't get suppressed by what society says or tells you
Yes.
to do.
Yes.
When you live by your heart, then you are free.
Yes.
And then you're able to do.
And at the same time, freedom and responsibility come together. Freedom doesn't mean reaction. Freedom doesn't mean overpowering. Freedom means that you have a choice. And a choice with responsibility is only when you have awareness. And awareness comes through the technique of meditation, a golden key which unlocks the doors of all the centers of your inbuilt body, mind, heart.
Amazing, ma'am. So the fundamental is if you have freedom, it is with responsibility. And responsibility happens when you're aware. And for awareness, ma'am says it has to be an awakening, through meditation, which takes you there. We'll ask her about this meditation technique that she would know, like us to know. But before that, how did you join Osho, ma'am? 1971 was too early. He started somewhere in 68, 69.
Yeah.
You'd just be starting,
Yeah.
his philosophies and thoughts.
Yes.
How you meet him and what was the story there? And what really impressed you or got you, motivated to join his team?
So at that time he was known as Acharya Rajneesh, professor in Jabalpur University. And from there, because of few friends' request, he started moving around in India, sharing his thoughts. His rebellious thoughts were matching our rebellious thoughts. We were not being able to talk to people, but he was able to talk to people, right? So that's why he was Acharya Rajneesh who could talk. And then we immediately got clicked into his thoughts and our thoughts. Hey, this is the man. This is the man that we really were hiddenly looking for. Many times we don't know what we are looking for, but we are definitely looking for something which is not in front of us. So this man suddenly comes as an exposure, and we were with a shock, surprise, and blissed out. And from that, we continued to walk with him all the way till today. Even he is not in the body, but he is here. His energy. He said, when I will not be in my body, I'll spread my energy everywhere, and whosoever is able to catch. That what all masters do. We're not talking about one master, but that's what all masters do. Because they are not actually in the body, but they have to be in certain form in order to talk to us. And then that's how we joined him, or we followed him, or we lived with him, and the most blessed life, not easy though, very challenging.
So what were the key
We did-
challenges, ma'am?
Challenges, I want me to explain to you?
Yeah, some challenges, ma'am. No,
some
because
challenges, because Gurdjieff, this in this century, if you are aware of, that there was Russian, he was a Russian, Gurdjieff, one master, enlightened master, and he did a lot of techniques to get you out of your mind, because if your mind comes in the middle, your energy is blocked. I will give one small little example of your own life, everybody's. Watch, if you have a first thought, and then suddenly the second thought comes, and trying to block the first thought, but your first thought was here, and then you come back and say, oh, I was thinking that first, my gut feeling was that, and then the other thoughts and your first thought is lost. So what Gurdjieff was doing, which Osho has used this in Rajneeshpuram very much, what Gurdjieff was doing was getting his disciple to dig the holes. Doesn't make any sense. That's what he did. Doesn't make any sense. You use an energy, and then at the end, and some people who think, oh, what is this? Digging holes, and then when they dig the holes, 7 days you dig the hole. For example, 7 days, okay? Now fill it up. Now dig another hole. People thought this guy is crazy. So some people left, some people stayed. But his whole purpose was to take you, to build up your energy, take you out of your mind. He had a purity within you. So Osho did a similar thing, Gurdjieff theory. He put us to work till your body is exhausted, and then your mind is silent, and that inside energy you can feel literally. You will see the dancers. Yeah? When they dance, so much they dance, then their energy is totally high. So the musicians, drummers, only people we are just like doing half things, not doing anything totally. So when you do something so totally, I'm not talking about extreme. There's a difference. Totally, when you do things, you're doing from your heart. And that unfolds your inner powers. You might have noticed that if you're running and then you're suddenly tired, and then you say, okay, you make some more effort, your tiredness goes and you can run some more.
I think it's amazing, no? We have heard this so many times, and when she's speaking, I remember the Buddhist story where you make beautiful drawings on the floor or on the wall, and then when done, you destroy it again.
Yes, Tibetan.
I think Tibetan. Yes, ma'am. I think it's
Yes.
more about creating and not getting attached to
Exactly.
your creation, even if it's
Exactly.
very, very beautiful, even if
Exactly.
it is the best, and not doing it again and again.
Yeah.
And I think that is where the attachment goes away, and your mind becomes free of attachment and dualities. I think that is where your consciousness appears. You understand? And the other thing she's telling is that you push yourself to a limit, which is not extreme, but you get exhausted, so that your mind becomes still, and that is the best time to meditate and reach closer to your consciousness. What a surprising thought. And did you ever think like this? Did you ever see work like this, where we do it wholeheartedly, with all our effort, with all our heart, and ensure that our mind remains very, very focused and gets more still? What a different way of doing things. And that reminds me to speak of Rajneeshpuram, ma'am. It was a desert when you all went there.
Yeah.
Not even a drop of water.
No.
And later we heard an oasis. How did this transformation happen? A desert became to oasis,
Yes.
and really caught the attention of the whole world, ma'am. Can you talk about that story, some for us to understand?
Because of united energy. Oneness. Nobody had questioned. If we all are working in harmony, we can do things. One of us, if one of us has a conflict, that person, you don't hear conflict, you can go do something else. So that is the beauty. That is the beauty of unitedly putting the energy together. Also, Buddhist monks, full moon night, they sit together, make a circle, and then chant. So oneness. Whether you're working, oneness, you are praying, we all are one actually. All our minds are so much disturbing us that this me and you and you and me, it just goes on and on and on and on and goes so far that you forget all about us. So that is the thing that's working. And miraculously, I tell you, not a single person was hurt. We worship, the department we go, there were constructions. All big, huge bulldozers. The mud was so deep, जिसको हम दलदल बोलते हैं हिंदी में, we call it दलदल. That we used to wear gumboots, and one leg you put it in, and the other you take it out, and the other you want to put it in, this one goes in. So it was so much mud there. We did the dynamite, some of the rocks, some of the mountains, that also. Believe it or not, but we did the worship first. We did the Buddham Saranam Gacchami in front of that mountain, and we prayed that mountain that we need your help to build the roads. And also said, feel if the mountain gives you permission. I mean, it sounds a little bit far from the reality it sounds, but that's what it is. Or you don't feel comfortable. Some seat you go and you don't feel comfortable. Some place you go and you feel very comfortable. So it is the same thing in a bigger way. Okay? But we all have, and it's the same thing, energy level. And that's how we dynamite with we created the concrete, and believe it or not, 3 times in rain it went down. We did not give up. The 4th time, again we made these roads. Then road first. The roads, heavy trucks are going on, construction is going on.
And you made that beautiful lake, ma'am.
Yeah.
Which is all talked about.
Farming
Started happening in desert.
We have cows and horses and veggies, and it was just like miracle. Once you come, you come there. Many people just felt like you guys know some magic. Yeah, we know the magic of united energy.
Unbelievable, the magic of united energy.
Yes.
When you combine energies together,
Yes.
in a desert, you can create an oasis. Let us see the learnings that we have from here. One, everybody has to be comfortable together. We talk of teamwork in corporates. Do we actually see that?
Yeah.
You have each other killing each other. At the first moment, stabbing each other's back. Here, in US, in the desert, they're building an oasis and complete oneness of thought. And the kind of respect, even in the mountain, they respect the mountain, take the mountain's permission, have a field, and then try and construct something there. The respect for nature of that high altitude. And the question of ego is very interesting. I read in the Upanishads, and that is where I think this also comes from, where you have the concept of Prakriti and Purush coming together. And the first creation is ego, and that is where you suddenly, from the common pool of consciousness, you start creating individualism, and that is when the ego starts playing out. And one of the things is when you reverse it back to the common consciousness, then you're all one wherever you are. It's an amazing story to hear. After the oasis got created, everything seemed like paradise, and then you all had to move away from there to Pune. What happened, man? Why in the paradise?
This is the non-attachment. This is the Tibetan do such a beautiful mandala. and then they blow it up. Every day, every single day. That is the life circle. The birth and the death. You cannot avoid. You have to accept that everything moves. Which is born will die. Till the last day, also said that do not forget to water the fields, because after we go, someone else will come and they will enjoy that. So
Such a pure thought, no?
yeah.
Even you have to leave something, you do it in a way that people can relish, enjoy what you've created, even if it's not for you. How many of us think so? I think the first thought we'll have is destroy if you're not going to use it. And here, when they know they are going to walk out of the place, the next day they won't be there. They're still making it such that whoever comes can relish it, even though, as we know, they did not move out in a very happy mode. But letting go of attachments, thinking of benefit of others, and then from there you come to Pune, ma'am,
Yes,
and
again.
Koregaon Park, where we
Again.
sit today.
Again we started the new Pune 2.
Yes.
Yeah. So also let me explain something like suppose you are moving from one bungalow. Suppose you had a beautiful bungalow and a garden and then you sold it. How many people really care for that garden and bungalow to be remain till they leave, till it goes in somebody's hand? Take care of that, because that gives you so much joy already. We thought this is the Nishpuram, we live and die right here, this is our paradise. And suddenly, hallelujah, now we all have to go. And we all cried, of course. But then to realize, this master's way of working, it comes in later on that why he does that, why he did that, The Zen stories you must have heard. You create something, okay, go ahead and break it. So Gurdjieff also said, this is the master, all masters' ongoing theories are there. Some do it in a different way, everybody does in a different way, But the basic is that let you out of your mind and all your potential energy. Also says we use only 10% of our energy. 90% is there. Still, how will you bring that 90%? हम थक गए. नहीं थक गए. Okay, when you have to wait for somebody, you get tired. But when you have to go somewhere, you don't get tired. See, that's a different thing. That mind starts, I have to wait for this. And then you have to go, your excitement is there. You are same person. But just the different thoughts makes you tired and makes you happy. So, we are slave of our thoughts. Let's not be slave. Let's be free from the cage and slavery of our mind. We can use our mind as a computer, as a technique for different creative things in life, but not be slave of it.
Ma'am, you spoke about dynamic meditation.
Yeah.
Can you tell us, ma'am, so that for all those who are watching your video here, what can they do? Though I know the time will be short for you.
Yeah.
If they do something every day which gives them more energy, more peace, what should they do, ma'am? On a daily basis that you would recommend?
One thing I would say, whatever you do totally. If you don't do totally, even if you do for 30 years, lukewarm water will not create a vapor. You want to use your energy to 100%, 100 degree where water is boiling and evaporating. Transformation. Evaporation is transformation. There are 3 stages of human life: ice, water and vapor. Ice is totally people are just vegetating. They never ask questions about themselves. They just want to make money and live life and eat and competition. in their wealth and all this. The second they start warming their energy, start asking questions. Why we are, what is in our life? What is the purpose of life? Third, they literally jump into it. So when you jump into it, there is no like saying that you do that many times or this many time. You do totally, things can start moving within already because they are there. They are there. All you have to let them come out. Let them unfold. Give them chance. So that's what I said. That how does this dynamic meditation? So when this dynamic meditation you do totally, I would say okay, first time when somebody is doing, I would say at least do 21 days. So beginning, it's difficult even to do it, then moving the energy, slowly your energy starts shifting and then you start enjoying it. But then there are people I see, they say, I am doing all life, but what happened to you? You're doing lukewarm. Your mind is chattering, you just want to do as an exercise. It's a different thing. Then you go to do yoga. No? Don't cheat yourself. First of all, deceiving yourself is the biggest crime. Is it true or not?
Very true, man.
Because first of all, cheating other people is far away, but cheating yourself, starting from there. So when you do something, do authentically. If you cannot do, don't do it. But don't fake it. No?
Unbelievable. Don't fake it. What you do 100%. Be committed to it. Be fully involved. Then you get there. That is what she says. It's such an amazing story talking to Maa Aruna. Right now you're in Hawaii, ma'am. So do you still get people together? Talk about it?
Yeah. The island of Maui where we live, there are more than 100 sannyasins are there. And they're musicians, artists, and we live in a, we meet once a week, do satsang, and small little also discourse, dance, get together. One of the days we called Dal Night. So we make, they all like Indian food. No? So that's what we call Dal Night. So one person actually do the potluck. So that's what it is, you know. Yeah.
The story continues to Hawaii now. No? Osho lives on in people who want to respect and be with him. And this continues. Thank you. Such a pleasure, ma'am. Spending time with you.
Pleasure
Learning from
you
you, ma'am.
too.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.